Okay, oh, you have no idea how much effort this particular first half of a particular episode has been. Yes, there have been rather a lot of problems with this particular thing. This is coming after several computer restarts, one server crash, one client crash. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed that this is not the same character I was playing with before, and that I just redid a tiny bit of the last episode. Yep. So, for those of you who don't know, hello, I'm lcdrU. You're watching the second episode in this series, so if you don't know you're watching the second episode and don't know what I'm talking about, watching the first would be a good idea. Hopefully it comes up linked, or this is part of the playlist. That would be a really brilliant idea if I were that clever. Yeah, so I'm re-recording basically a section of about 10 minutes of footage, going up to a particular mission for Beck Strongheart. I don't remember 100% of everything we did, so I know, for example, that at some point I just went ahead and got all the heart flags. I don't know if I did that in this episode or not, so I'm going to judge it literally by how long it takes. But yeah, this is what the mission is. Yeah, let's get right into it and do this again. Yeah, so I remember one of the things I did talk about on the first recording of this video when everything crashed and went sad. The first recording of this video, I did discuss that mission, the controversy as to your initial weapon. So for those of you who missed it, because I just went through it quite quickly, we got a. Is that what I? No, okay. I got a choice back there of which particular item I wanted to start with. In particular, did I want to start with a basic sword, a basic hammer, or a basic spear? And I, without a second's hesitation, went for the basic spear. Reason for this harks back to a discussion I had probably a year or so ago with lcdrU, when me and some other people were discussing the basic starter weapon, and I said I thought the spear was best because it felt like it had longer reach. But I didn't know if I was just tricking myself. Turns out that actually different weapons do have different reaches. It turns out that, as we'll find out later on in this series, that the Daredevil faction kit blaster, that actually doesn't operate as a ranged weapon. It operates as a melee weapon, but with increased reach. We're already getting over to Beck. Maybe this is going to take too long at all. And so, yeah, it turns out that reach is a particular value that's associated with different weapons in the game. Please tell me this isn't a server crash thing. No, it isn't. Okay, the server's up. The server's up. I mean, that's just annoying. But the server's up. Yeah, and it's become Spear Gang has become a bit of a joke now, I must admit. Community. C15. That's the short key for that one. Yeah. I was making sarky comments as well about the fact that I love the idea is that we're recruits for the Nexus Force. But what, they're still making us pay for all our armor, etc.? That's it, or armor polish? That seems like a really bad idea. Like, look at him. This looks like a guy who's a member of the Nexus Force. So does that mean that the Nexus Force are intentionally making us pay for our own stuff? What's going on? We are literally buying stuff to use for the Force from the Force. Can they just not give it to us? What you're missing out on is me being sarcastic for like a couple of minutes on that front. I'm sure you're disappointed about that. Yeah, I'm debating whether or not to talk about this, but because like this is technically a gameplay video, so do I just spend the time when there's no like gameplay to talk about, like I'm literally just rebuilding turrets? Do I spend that time going through an anecdote? Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, it's not really so much as an anecdote as last night, randomly for like probably a couple of hours, the developers, or not all of them, but a lot of the developers gathered in the LUCH's development chat, all changed their names to B, started posting things about the B movie. Turns out in the end that it is... I couldn't join the voice chat at the time, but we later look in chat and see a message in full capital letters from Zayop, who's one of the speedrunners, basically saying, "Oh my god, I got a key!" Because it turns out this entire thing had been due to the fact that Darwin had created the key B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B B. I did literally count that on my fingers. Yeah, he'd just created that key, and why did I go for sell instantly? I mean, I might as well sell some stuff actually, but I don't know why I went for that right away. What do I need? That level 5. I'll make level 5 soon. Yeah, and it's better than what I have right now, so it's worth it. What am I doing? I'm probably getting the Sentinel Shield. What am I saying? I'm getting that already? It doesn't feel like this has been 10 minutes. No, it's been about 6. Okay. That makes me think, because this is where it crashed last time. Yeah, it crashed right there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly run up here. I'm going to get some heart flags because that's what we do. Because, yeah, I know I do this at some point in one of the videos. It may have been in the section of lost footage, but given we have a couple of minutes to go, let's see if I can get all the heart flags in those couple of minutes. But yeah, so this is a perfect example of, I know I occasionally throw out there the fact that if you're active enough in the LUCH or just in the community as a whole, you'll just get a random chance for a key, and like you'll get random chances, and that just happens. Yeah, this is another perfect example of that. I don't think anyone would have predicted that. Well, Zayop in particular was saying to me afterwards, he would never have predicted that he would have gotten his key from typing in 16 Bs in a row as a reference to the B movie. Like, you don't expect that, but the developers are people too. They like to have a laugh. So, okay, imagination brick and heart flag beneath it. Hello. And let's try this. Yeah, this is actually, this is me remembering the proper route to get all of these. Because in the video, I went through most of them and then utterly forgot. I don't know where this takes me. I'm guessing this just takes me up there. It may actually be faster than walking around to do that quick build. I don't know. Yeah, I actually forgot what one of the heart flags was and was just looking around for a couple of minutes. So, hello, Mr. Longview. Is that his name, Vector Longview? I just realised I said Mr. Longview, assuming his name was Vector Longview, and I'm not actually certain it is or not. Okay, so we've got, what, one more flag to get? No, two more in the spider cave. If you were like properly speedrunning this, you'd want to get those two first, but we haven't, so we're going to go and do them now. Yeah, it's interesting, the spamming jump technique you're watching me go for, it technically does, in certain circumstances, it seems like just mucking around. Why am I going that way? That's not the right way. But, oh wait, no, there are 3 more flags to get. But yeah, I've really not got about this in the right order. How well? Yeah, the spamming jump thing technically does make you a little faster, or at least it can, because whenever you're in contact with the ground, you get friction applied. Now, I don't know the precise way this works internally, with LU, but I basically suspect when you're pressing forwards, you apply basically more force, so your character goes faster up to a particular point. It's sort of limited and tails off. However, if you're already going faster, I don't think it slows you down. It certainly doesn't slow you down all that quickly. Which basically means if you don't have friction from the ground, if you're in the air and you're going slightly faster than walk speed, you will continue to go slightly faster than walk speed. So you may notice here, I am going a little bit faster than walk speed, and that's because when I jumped down and landed on some of this terrain, basically the terrain was sloping down, and so as I landed, I sort of got a tiny little push forward. There are some places where this is really obvious, like Pet Cove. And yeah, so I've got one more flag to go, I hope. Because I haven't really been paying attention to which flags I'm getting and which ones I haven't, but... And if it does turn out that I had flag hunting in one of my other videos, I apologise. But yeah, I couldn't remember, and it felt like the sort of thing I might have done in this episode, because I did it before we were allowed to go past Theo Balfour in the tunnel. Theo Balfour is the guard past whom we just ran, who's meant to tell you not to use the bouncer, or who's meant to tell you when you suddenly can use the bouncer. Felt like I got very close to those there, and they didn't attack me. Maybe the server's a little bugged. No, it's just me being bad, so that's cool. Good to know. Yeah, okay. So with that, we are... Wait, no. For best continuity, I'm going to walk up there. I'm just assuming you won't notice the fact that my character literally changes entirely with an and direction which I'm facing changes entirely with an upcoming jump cut. Yeah, that was fun. So server crashed at some point. Not totally certain what caused it. Once you equip the Sentinel Shield, you'll see a new skill for it. Server crashed at some point, and then my computer just decided it wanted to run this at like 2 FPS. Not totally certain why, but you know what, it did. It did, and I support its choice. I also discovered, just going back through my head, what I was talking about when I was discussing my microphones earlier, or the problem with my earphones built-in microphone. Yeah, so the problem I was trying to talk about back then was the fact that was the reason we don't have any music right now from the game. The issue being that I need to have my earphones unplugged because for some reason my computer just doesn't want to recognise its own built-in microphone as long as my earphones are plugged in, which is a bit of an issue. We're just going to have to wait through this timer. And so I've got to... Oh, we don't have to wait through it? That's cool. And so basically I need to unplug my earphones to do this, which means that if we have the audio from the game on in the background, you're going to be able to hear that both through the earphones and through everything else. Yeah, me to Vanguard and Survival. It's quite easy in this mode. I say it's quite easy. This guy will do. Did that take 4 hits? That felt like that took 4 hits. So I know at some point they start getting harder. I didn't realise they actually began by being harder. That text. Why? That's weird. Okay, so it is taking 4 hits. I should probably stop mucking around because it's actually going to get me killed. That's interesting. How long does it want me to survive? 1 minute, okay. That's interesting. So these are passive. I cannot hit them. I cannot attack them until they attack me. That's what the white text of the name means. Okay. Let's just get one. Yeah, you want to. There we are. Got to end it somehow, and No, I do not want to restart. Your time will not be recorded if you exit. Yeah, I've never found out like a good way of exiting that. It doesn't sort of, I suppose, not hitting the next button possibly. Maybe there's an exit button from the screen where it's meant to show the leaderboard. But yeah, I've never found it. Always comes up complaining at me. Anyway, yes. So, we are back. I've finally explained the reason why we don't have any audio. Hopefully Vicey can put some music on in the background. Maybe Don't Stop Believing. And unfortunately you all missed me doing a beautiful... Oh, hello. Level 15? I mean, partially intentional voice break, but also partially just genuine outrage. Wait a second, do these not... It's even... Yeah, so these... Oh, that's a perfect example of it should be purple. Okay, let's go. Yeah, you missed a beautiful rendition of... I got bored and was restarting these. Vicey probably got about half of it on the full recording I've sent him of this, but he can't spoiler. He wants me to do at some point in the future, so he's gonna have to keep it to himself. Also, it's not a so, you know, really what am I doing? I seem stronger now, and you want me to get... Oh yay, the fun bit. Yeah, I sort of agree with what people have said in the past about this being possibly one of the least fun missions in the game. They go on, just collect all of the... collect these Maelstrom bricks, because like the drop rate isn't amazing, and so it seems no harder than, in principle, like it shouldn't be any harder than the Smash 15 Stromlings. What? Wow, this is a new one. Did anyone see what happened to me? And with that, lcdrU was no more. Not totally certain what happened there. Oh, this is always the fun of playing through the servers. You always come across new glitches, and I don't know. Okay, am I back here? I can live with that. Yeah, and if it's... Oh no. That thing not working is usually indicative of server problems. And indicative of... Yep, these guys not hitting me. Okay, well, as part of a quite heavily disrupted video, I may just put an end to this. This particular episode now. Like, it's gonna be... I've been shorter than the previous one, but on the other hand, we've got a cool bug. We've got the bug where I just completely disappeared and then the server stopped working. Does this mean that I'm just so central to the server working that without me it just couldn't go on? I'm going to take it as meaning that. Yes, okay, so as before, I'm going to try and stand on the Stromling's head. Actually, no, whilst we're here, I'm going to give it another go. With the jumping on the things, because I'm descriptive. I'm going to give that a go whilst I do my outro, because you know me talking at this and trying to concentrate on doing some reasonably tight jumps at the same time as doing an outro. That's going to go well. Yeah, so with that, as always, I've been lcdrU. Also, as always, there are developer channels in the description. Subscribe to them, because they're the ones that make literally all of the videos I do. Obviously couldn't happen without the developers, so subscribe to them, show them your support. They're the ones that make all of this possible. This particular thing is being recorded on lcdrU, which as a project no longer exists because, well,
as an actively developed server project, this no longer exists because lcdrU is now working with DLU. This server still exists and is still open to all of the previously existing testers who will get to move over to DLU at the end of all this. Let's not muck up this jump this time. Okay, I didn't muck up the jump, I mucked up afterwards. Yeah, with that, I've been lcdrU. Let me know if you're enjoying these sorts of videos, because I have literally no idea. I made these sort of thinking, hope maybe people will like them. I don't want to. I mean, I'm presumably, if you're seeing this second video, it's because a number of people have come out saying they enjoyed me doing this style of video. But still, let me know, because I wasn't really 100% certain. I sort of got Vicey sort of persuaded me people will be fine with this, but anyway, yeah, as usual, I've been lcdrU, and now that I've finally managed some of the really cool jumps, I think let's try this one. Yeah, I'm gonna knock that up. Oh well. Yes, and with that, I will see you next time, hopefully when the server's back working. Bye.